Guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Sophie. I make videos on motherhood, cleaning, budgeting and lifestyle. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing newborn must-haves and hacks. So I've come across a few of these videos before and loved them and found them really useful. So I thought I'd do my version of one of these and share with you what I found helpful and stuff that I didn't know before when I was pregnant and stuff, and just basically to help you guys out if you are pregnant and looking for some hacks and tips for that newborn stage. So I'm going to get straight into the video, guys, with number one, which is layer your cot sheets up. Now, this for us has been a lifesaver because for some reason my child likes to leak through nappies. We are in like the middle of deciding whether it's the brand of nappies or we're not putting them on right. We're not really sure at the minute, but pretty much every night he goes through a nappy. I have tried a few different brands. Might be a case of sizing up, but we have done that recently and he is quite skinny. It could be that as well, that he's just got skinny little legs. But this hack has really saved us from sort of in the middle of the night having to remake the bed. It's literally just strip off the cot sheet in the middle of the night and just put them back down, and there'll be a fresh one underneath. Obviously in between the sheets there has to be a waterproof liner. So we have a cot sheet on the bottom, waterproof liner, cot sheet, waterproof liner, cot sheet. So we have 3 potential leaks in the night, and we went through that last night, so they're all in the wash now. So that is a real good tip and a hack that has been brilliant for us. So yeah, it costs a little bit more, but you need spare ones anyway, so yeah, I'd really recommend doing that. And that is for the next to me crib, what he's in with us at the moment, and I will be doing the same when we transfer him into his own bedroom too. Okay, the next thing that I want to share with you is to put a caddy in each bedroom or room of the house you use throughout the day. So this is with nappies, nappy sacks, wipes, bum cream, all that jazz. A spare change of clothes as well. So we have one down here in our living room, dining room area. We have one in my bedroom where we mainly change him during the night, and we have one in his bedroom where we sort of get him ready in the morning. This is just a lifesaver, and it just saves you from like going upstairs every time you need to change his nappy and all that. Okay, the next thing is a seat for your baby. So we have a Motherhood, I believe it's called, downstairs. I'm actually probably going to do a bit of a swapsy with my sister because Otis does love that seat, but he needs something that I can put on the sofa that's quite easy. We have a Moses basket, which is actually in there at the moment, but normally he hates it. Otis is very alert and likes to see what's going on. So there's a thing called a cocooner baby. Google it if you want to see that. But it's basically really small little pod, and it's really like cozy. But he can still see what's going on around him, and I think that's just going to work better for us. Like I said, we've got a Motherhood and it swings and stuff, and he does like that as well. But we've got quite a small house, so it just feels very cluttered and stuff, so I think that cocooner baby is going to work for us. But getting something for downstairs, you can get them free on Amazon. We got a Moses basket free, not Amazon, sorry, Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, you just want something that's going to help you out for when you're downstairs. Okay, the next thing, we got this off Facebook Marketplace for £5. It was second hand, but it's an Angel Care bath seat. Now, we had a just a bucket bath for his first couple of baths, but he absolutely hated it. Yeah, he was newborn, but I feel like he didn't like not being secure, and we obviously held him, but he was just he looked like scared in it almost. But once we tried the Angel Care bath seat, and that just goes in your bath. There's all sorts you can buy, but for us this has worked really well, and he absolutely loves bath time now. And it's basically hands-free for you, and you can really like give him a good wash rather than hold him in a bath or a sink or however you want to bath your baby. But that's really worked for us, and I'll insert a link for one of those as well. The next thing that we found really useful and helps settle Otis is white noise, or not necessarily white noise because I can't stand like just a drone of white noise. We have used like rain sounds. There's a really good playlist on Spotify that's just like rain sounds, spa music, all that's really soothing for me and for him, and it does help him, I believe, although he's been really good today and settled without a dummy and white noise, so we're doing well. But yeah, white noise, I think there's a thing called You and the Sheep that you can get as well, but white noise on your phone is just free, isn't it? It saves you money as well, and that's worked well. Another thing that I want to share with you is get yourself a drinks bottle. So this isn't for the baby, but you need it in them newborn stages, especially if you're breastfeeding. You need to stay hydrated, even if you're not as well, like you forget to drink. So I think I just fill mine up 3 or 4 times a day, maybe more, and just drink until it's empty and go and refill it again. But this has helped me stay hydrated because you really do forget to drink and eat. And that leads me on to the next one, which is having a snack box next to your bed. Now, I don't really use it anymore in the night, but the early stages, I mean, he's only 6 weeks old, we're doing pretty well, I think. But the early few weeks, my friend, bless her, bought me a big box full of snacks that I could have during feeds during the night, and he's only waking up 1 or 2 times in the night, so I kind of just feed and go straight back to sleep. But those early stages when he was waking up every hour, every 2 hours, I needed that fuel to keep me going, and it was brilliant basically. So yeah, a snack box next to your bed is really helpful, and who doesn't want a Kit Kat at 4 AM? You tell me. Okay, the next one, we've talked about Caddy. So if you're planning on breastfeeding, he's just waking up, stay asleep. If you're planning on breastfeeding, for me, I've found that lanolin is unreal. It's a lifesaver for those nipples. Breast pads, which were good. These silver cups, which I'm not going to go too much into this because I've done a whole breastfeeding video, which I can link below if you're interested. But silver cups just help like stop that chafing of the nipples on clothes. Obviously nursing bras too, and tops that are easy to lift up, or actual nursing tops, but I haven't got any nursing tops. Shirts are really good for breastfeeding as well, but I really need to go and get myself some new clothes because I'm having a clothing crisis at the moment. But yeah, they're all really good things to have for breastfeeding as well. And then milk storage bags if you're planning on expressing and freezing milk too. But for me, I didn't really get anything until I knew that I was properly breastfeeding, because who knows, if you're pregnant, you don't actually know how you're going to feed your baby until they're here, I guess. It's just one of them things. I didn't anyway, and I just didn't want to spend loads of money before, because he could have been formula fed from day one, who we just didn't know. And then another thing that I've found useful, which you have to have if you're bottle feeding especially, is sterilising. This is a way we sterilise our stuff without spending loads of money on a big sterilising unit, and that is just to get in a big bucket next to the sink with Milton sterilising liquid or tablets. It's very cheap and very easy. You just have to change the water once a day, but I just do this first thing in the morning and sterilise everything for the day, and yeah, that's really helpful as well. Another thing for postpartum, for yourself, if you like give birth vaginally, is that the right word? Liam's laughing at me. Is having a donut pillow. I had a nursing pillow. It's the same thing. It just doesn't have that sort of connecting part, and it's just something for you to sit on that just takes that pressure from your down below area. If you have piles too, it's fabulous for that. Nursing pillows are great as well. We actually use it for Otis to sit on the sofa. He loves it. You just kind of put it on, put a blanket over it and just sit him on, and he loves that. Obviously they're really good for nursing as well until you've found a comfortable position to breastfeed. But again, you can get those off Facebook, really cheap, but I'd recommend getting one anyway. And if you don't use it for anything, you can use it for a big massive neck pillow, and that's amazing as well. A few more things then. Get white baby grows and white vests, and get a whole lot of them, because also white muslins, because if you have any poo explosions, which we don't have an awful lot of, you can bleach them and wash them. We had a poo explosion in a blue one the other day. Obviously I tried to bleach it, obviously it messed up, and anything patterns and stuff like that. Obviously it's lovely for them to wear different coloured clothing, but just for night times I find that just white is the way to go, because you can bleach them and they look new again, as well as muslins as well. A changing bag. Get yourself a good changing bag. Now I've had one gifted, which I just need to say I'd gifted for that, but it's called Wings of Wild, and it's brilliant for an organised mum. It's got about 1 million different pockets in. I've done a whole video on this as well, so I'll link that below. But a good changing bag will help you be very organised when you're out and about. Write everything down. So my sister told me to do this, and a couple of my friends told me to do this, and it really has helped, especially in those early days when the health visitor asks like, how often are you feeding, how often is he pooing, blah blah blah. Write everything down. There's an app called Huckleberry which is really good. I found just writing it on my notes on my phone easier, because like my parents or Liam can do it as well. If I'm just like, can you get my phone and write it? I didn't have to explain how an app worked and stuff. But I do believe the Huckleberry app is very easy and straightforward to use. But he's like 6 weeks now, and I'm still writing everything down. We have a health visitor appointment next week, and if all is well, I'll probably stop writing it down. But if I'm honest, it just helps me remember when his last feed was. We're not in a routine as of yet, maybe starting to get a slight routine. But still no routine, so there's no point in finishing writing it down, I believe, because I'll just forget. And then my last thing is to just soak everything up and enjoy them newborn weeks and stages. We're still in them, and we are still soaking everything up. I can't stop looking at him. He's unreal, and it's just the best thing ever. Take as many photos and videos as you possibly can, and your phone storage allows. There's a thing actually called Google Images that someone's told me. Google Images, Google Photos, that you can put photos on. I think you get a certain amount of gig free, and then you can pay for more storage, so you can just pop them onto there and then you can delete them off your phone, because I know that's one thing that people struggle with is phone storage. I've been making private albums on Facebook and putting them in, which is an option as well. That's a good little tip actually, because you can make it private and only you can see the photos. So yeah, take everything in, soak all these newborn snuggles up and enjoy it. I've just remembered one little thing that I am going to tell you. If you're formula feeding, which we have introduced a formula feed at night time, to 1, to fill him up, and 2, to give us options so we can leave him with someone. It's working for us. It doesn't work for everyone, but this is working for us. But a little tip that my friend told me, because on the back of like a formula packet, it says like you have to wait till the kettle's cooled down, it takes half an hour, blah blah blah. But say you're making a 5 ounce bottle, you can pour 4 ounces of boiling water into the bottle, pop that in the fridge to cool down. You can do this in the morning as well, and then once you're ready to make the bottle, you can also do this for like when you're going out as well, so you can just take that bottle with you, and then take a flask of boiling water, add an ounce of, so I'm making a 5 ounce bottle, I've got 4 ounces of cooled boiled water. You add, when you're ready to go, you add an ounce of boiling water and then the formula, and give it a mix, and it's like ready in seconds basically, rather than having to wait. And if you've got a screaming baby, you don't want that. So that's just another little tip if you're formula feeding. You probably already know it, but I didn't, and it's helped us do that feed like quicker at night. You can also buy like ready-made formula, which are great, but they're more expensive. But I won't go into that too much. Is that everything? I think it is. Yes, it is. That is my list complete. I've probably missed loads and loads off, but they are my little hacks and things that I found really useful in these last 6 weeks. But yeah, I hope this has been useful for you guys. Let me know what other sort of mummy videos you want me to film, if that's what you're here for, and I will sure do that. Other than that, have a wonderful day, guys, and thanks so much for watching and being part of this little community. All right, guys, thank you.